Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the kitchen table. It's really good to be back here again. I've been away for a couple of weeks as we have been adjusting to different things happening in our lives. Derek was unwell and is now on the mend, and it is good to be back. It did make me think though about how the world just kind of sometimes throws things at you that you're not expecting and how we deal with that. Today is also a celebration of Clint's birthday and Budget Day. Two big events all happening at the one time. I joke, but actually trying to work out where we fit in the world and what we can do about the huge things that go on that feel as though we have no control is a really important question. Budget Day, no matter what your flavour or colour of politics, is a big moment in working out how things will happen in the coming year. How the finances will look for you individually or as a nation. And sometimes it's really easy to just feel absolutely overwhelmed. The huge issues that we face in our world today, the homelessness, the food poverty, the worries with education and the healthcare and social care, all of those issues are huge and take up a lot of our time and our worry and our thinking. But we're also in Lent. And Lent is an opportunity for us to do a bit of rebooting, if you like, of our own lives, of our own way of thinking about how we are living our lives. Whether you're a Christian or not, these times are difficult, and these times kind of make you, everyone, I think, stop and take stock of what's going on. Jesus was baptized in the River Jordan by his cousin, and then he went straight from there into the wilderness, into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And in that time, he was having a bit of a spiritual reboot, if you like. He was getting himself ready to go out and to live his life in ministry and to walk towards his death on the cross. Now, whether you believe in Jesus or whether you don't, there are times when all of us need to look at our body and soul and to think about how we are doing, how we're caring for ourselves, how we're caring for others, and what that means to us and to our world. Lent is a time for Christians to actually think about where we are on our spiritual journey. For me, Lent is a time for me to think about where I fit with Jesus. Communion is something that we've been sadly missing over the past months, almost a year really, of church being out or in or not having the usual patterns that we would have. When I take communion, when I receive communion, I always say to me in Christ and Christ in me, as I take the bread and the wine. And that reminds me of that relationship that I have, that we are connected. And I think Lent is a really good time not to just think about what it means to believe in Jesus, but what it means to believe like Jesus. Jesus believed he was one with God, that he was able to be all things because they were so connected. And he offers that connection through baptism to you and to me, so that we are one in each other. And when that is true, then you and I are able to do the works of God because we are not doing them on our own. We're doing them with that extra power surge that is Christ in us. So as I go through Lent, I have been thinking about what it means for me to believe like Jesus. It's a big difference. As we go through every day in this pandemic and way beyond it, We make choices about how we use our language to describe things, how we use our works to show care and love. And all of those things will make a huge difference to those around you if you do them with thought and with love and with care. So how are you about rebooting this Lent? Are you going to use this time as we walk towards Easter, thinking about what it means for you to be a follower, a believer, and one with Christ? That's a huge challenge. There are some days when it's hard enough to say that you believe in Jesus, let alone you believe like Jesus. When life is tough and questions are big and you don't seem to be able to find any answers. But I really believe that's what Jesus wants from us, to believe like him, to be like him, and to love like him. That's a difficult thing to do sometimes. And when we look at our nation and our world and we see the sadness and the grief and the overwhelming weight of worry that is around us, we can be overwhelmed. But when we look at them through the eyes, knowing that we are not on our own, that we believe in Christ and we believe like Christ, then it gives us that power surge, that energy to do something about it, to make a difference in the world. I talked earlier about it being Clint's birthday today. Celebrating the good things in life is really important, but celebrate too the things that you do in life that you might not even notice. Celebrate that you actually, through your prayers, make a difference. Celebrate that through your smile, through your kind words, you make a difference. Celebrate that you make those differences because you have within you the very image of God. Each and every one of us created like God, so capable of love, capable of beauty, capable of life in all its fullness. As we go through the next weeks of Lent, hold on to that thought. Maybe try imagining yourself connecting fully with God, just like it tells us in John's Gospel when it talks about the vine and the branches being together as one. So in my prayers through Lent, it's going to be, Alison is the child of God and we are connected. For me, that's a really important thing. Even when I can't receive communion, I can receive in my heart every time I pray to God the sense that I am God's child and God is in me just as much as I am in God. That's my thoughts or ramblings for today. I hope you found them helpful. I'll be back here on Sunday morning. Until then, do take care and remember to believe like Jesus. Bye for now.